It's finally time for me to go ahead and do this Apex Legends heirloom tier list, man. I've been saying that I was going to do it for a little while now, so I think it's best to go ahead and get this out the way since we're getting Valkyrie's heirloom today. So without further ado, it goes without me even needing to explain that S tier is just godlike, and then D tier is going to be, to me, take them things out the game. You know what I'm saying? This is my opinion on these heirlooms, how I feel about them. That's it, that's all. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, so we have every single heirloom on here right now, even Valkyrie's, and we're gonna go ahead and start from left to right. So starting us off, man, we have Wraith's heirloom, and I think this is a good place to start considering this was the first heirloom that we got in the game. Now, I am someone who really loves and enjoys Wraith, but even with that being said, this is still going to be a pretty fair and honest review on it. Now, it's easy to say that Wraith's heirloom should be S tier because, you know what I'm saying, it's the first heirloom you ever gotten, all that good jazz, and it was dope as hell to finally get it. And actually, it was like super rare when the game first came out to have that because nobody knew what the hell an heirloom was. But if we're being honest, all around on it, Wraith's heirloom is dope as hell because it gives that kunai feel like she's a ninja and all that. And the color on it, it's okay. So all around, the way the heirloom looks, and aside from how I feel about Wraith and stuff like that, I would just honestly say it's about an A tier heirloom, bro. Honestly, I would not say Wraith's heirloom is S tier, even though I own one my damn self. Thanks to my brother, he ended up getting that for me for my birthday. It's a dope heirloom, and like I said, she was like my first legend that I went hard with. But if we're being honest, it is about an A tier, you know, heirloom, and maybe somebody could argue B tier, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it's about an A tier. Moving on, we got Bloodhounds heirloom. Yeah, I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. Bloodhounds heirloom had the potential to be a good heirloom. It really did, but honestly, like, it only has one inspection, nothing special about it. The axe itself doesn't, like, it has like a slight glow at the tip of it, like it's kind of red, but it just doesn't do anything. Like, it doesn't have any cool effects to it or nothing like that. It's kind of just there. So if we're being honest, I'm gonna say Bloodhound's heirloom is about below basic. So that's me personally. I'm gonna say that's about a C tier. And I thought they would like kind of update it and mess around with it like how they did with Wraith for a little bit, but they kind of just left it where it is, and they do the one inspection where they pet the bird, mess with the little ornament that's dangling from it, and then they go. And again, like I said, the heirloom itself is kind of doesn't do, like, at least with Wraiths, it's like it's doing more than just glowing. Kind of has electricity flowing through it. The energy on the blade for whatever reason is like flowing and whatnot, and she does more with it. Or does she not? Does she just flip it? I haven't messed around with Wraith's heirloom in such a long time because it's on my PlayStation account. Okay, maybe y'all could argue that Wraith's is a B tier. Okay, well, you guys let me know in the comment section. Should I move that to B tier? Because if it's, we'll move it here. We'll move it here. It's B tier. Next up, we got Pathfinders boxing gloves. I'm gonna be honest. All around, I think aesthetics, Pathfinder's boxing gloves are dope as hell. They had that little weird bug when they first came out, and it was like this overly annoying, like, loud sound from the gloves and stuff like that that they would make. They toned it down a little bit, so it's not as bad. But Pathfinder's gloves was definitely one of the ones that was on my radar that I really wanted when they came out with his. So I'm gonna just go ahead and be honest with y'all, short and sweet, A tier. They look amazing. And the inspection on this heirloom is fire, especially if you can get the one where he punches the bird and knocks it out. They give you the little KO thing. I think that's fire. I think Pathfinder's heirloom is at least a solid A tier. Moving on, we got Octane's butterfly knife. If I'm gonna be real with y'all, man, I don't think it's all that great personally. I really don't. I understand the inspection on it is, he has a lot of inspections actually, and then the fact that he has the little juice in there, I think those things are all dope. personally, I don't care for it, but like I said, I am going to be honest about this. And if we're talking aesthetics and the inspections and everything about it, and when he's running around with it, I'm gonna go ahead and say Octane's is at least a B tier right there with Wraiths. Next up is Mirage. Again, another heirloom that I don't care too much about. And I guess the heirloom itself fits the character, but if we're being honest, it's also about a C tier. Definitely better than Bloodhounds, definitely better than theirs, but Mirage's, you know, his heirloom is just, I don't know, it's just weak in my opinion. If we're being honest, to me, it's one of the worst heirlooms in the game personally. Is it funny and stuff like that with the inspections and stuff that he gets? Yeah. And it's kind of cool. It moves, it like dances, he like flicks it and it'll move. It's just not that great to me, honestly. I say take it out, because if we're being honest, y'all, I think his is the least desired heirloom out of everybody's heirloom. And I'm not saying that everybody else like has heirlooms that are to die for either, but if we're being honest, I think Mirage's is the least desired heirloom. All right, next on the list we got Gibby's heirloom. I'm gonna be real, Gibby's heirloom is I don't know, I'm like 50-50 about it. I think it's cool, but then at the same time it's hard. It's like I guess the blade of it is kind of whatever. Like, I don't think that looks all that great. I think it's a good heirloom. I'm just being very picky about the blades and stuff like that, but other than that, the inspections on it and stuff, and the way he uses it, I think it's a good heirloom. There's not much wrong with it. Now moving on to Revenant's heirloom, I'm gonna just go ahead and be real with y'all. That thing is S tier, bro. This heirloom is fire. It is a must-have heirloom. Now, granted, I know Revenant himself is not like the most desired legend right now, and his pick rate is definitely shot down. But this heirloom, if we're talking aesthetics, it's aesthetically pleasing. It sounds dope, you know what I mean, when you using it. And then his animations when he's swinging it around, I think look dope as hell. And on top of that, the inspections for it are top notch. Like this heirloom right here is one of the best heirlooms in the game, man, and it is just fire. If you own this heirloom. Next up we got Bangs. Now Bangalore's heirloom, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, they did a little extra, just a little bit, with like showing this one off in the trailer. That was not the trailer, but in the cinematic trailer, where we kind of learned a little bit more about her and her brother Jackson. Truth be told, is a good heirloom, and I would even say it's better than Gibby's, but they're still both A tier obviously, but I think hers personally is slightly better than Gibby's. Now moving on to the damn price checker, the speed gun, whatever you guys want to call it. This heirloom right here, a part of me wants to say take it out the game. Yeah, personally, I don't think it's a good heirloom. I don't like the look of it. The inspections are okay, and yeah, I'll just leave it there. I don't think it's all that great. Caustic's heirloom. Now, I'm gonna be real. The fact that it's a hammer is kind of dope, but the more and more I have it, obviously I still run around with it. If I'm using Caustic, I'm not gonna not use it. I paid for it. If we're being honest, aesthetically, like just off of the look alone, it's okay. You know, the skull in the back of the hammer is kind of cool, but everything else about the hammer is definitely just kind of like The inspections on it are also kind of lackluster, and yeah, nah, if we're being honest, it's about below basic. It is below basic. The only thing it has above Bloodhounds is the fact that it has more inspections, but I think Bloodhounds aesthetically looks better than Caustic's hammer. Okay, real quick before we continue to move on, the more and more I look at it, the more and more I'm like, let's just go ahead and change Watson's heirloom altogether. Let's go ahead and put this down there. I think it's better than Mirage, but let's take it out. Let's get her a real heirloom. All right, moving on, we have Lifeline's heirloom, and this is an heirloom that I definitely still want. Aesthetically, it's dope. I love the inspections on it, and I think it's all around it's a good heirloom because it looks dope. Yeah, if we're being honest, man, if they could just buff Lifeline a little bit more. And I also think that the look of it is clean, because the two drumsticks are separate from each other, like in looks wise. They didn't just copy and paste that same style, which is an easy cop out that they could have done. Lifeline's heirloom is about a solid S tier. Her herself, not currently, but her heirloom, yes. Next up is the latest heirloom we got before Valkyrie's today, and that's Crypto's. And I'ma be honest, man, Crypto's heirloom is fire, like aesthetically pleasing. I think it is a clean look, and the inspections on it are definitely dope as hell. I love all those things about it, so I'm gonna go ahead and say Crypto's heirloom is a solid S tier. Now you could argue and say it's an A tier heirloom and stuff like that, and I'll definitely hear you out, but to me personally, I think that that is a solid ass heirloom. It looks good. It's dope to have him run around with it, because he doesn't just like run with it in the front of his face or like this or like this. You know, he holds it up here and you see it. Like it's dope to me. I think that this is a fire heirloom. Personally, I'm gonna say it's a fire S tier heirloom. Now, the newest heirloom that we are getting today, man, is obviously Valkyrie's. And as of this recording, obviously I do not own it because I'm doing this a day early, but it is a heirloom that I want to get for myself, and I want to see what it's going to be like. So it's kind of hard right now to wholeheartedly say it's going to be like S tier, but from the trailer and everything that they showed off, it definitely passes the eye test of aesthetics. Like, I think it looks fire. I have seen some of the inspections on it already, because, you know, leakers and stuff like that have shown footage of it, and all around it looks like a good looking heirloom. Like, even the way she flies with it pointing towards, you know, as if she's getting ready to charge in a battle or something like that. I think it looks good as hell, and I'm gonna say it is A tier for right now. I think A tier is a good spot. It definitely looks better than Gibby's and Bangalore's heirloom, and it's got potential to be up there in the S tier. That is my current tier list for all the heirlooms, man. I personally believe that Revenant has the coldest heirloom in the game. Like, all around, his heirloom is the best that they have given us. That's a heirloom that I would even get in real life and like mount that on the wall or something, because his heirloom is just perfect. That's my tier list, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I tried to do my best not to make this too long and talk extra long-winded for it, but that's the current tier list, and we will do it again. With all that, man, thank you guys for watching this video, and if you enjoy watching some Apex Legends content, why don't you check out one of these videos up here, man, and see if this meets your fancy with me playing in the game and actually giving you guys some good entertaining gameplay. And with all that, thank you guys once again, and I look forward to catching y'all in the next one.